give them the prelude. Because we are celebrating being alive and life milestones and birthdays and such, let today be like a little party on your mat. Let today be a day when you just feel the spirit of celebration. And if you're not feeling up to it, maybe you're feeling heavy or sad or anxious or scared or, all the things that we feel. But let today just invite a sense of release and a sense of like a little party, a little private party. And the celebrant is you, and the guest honor is you, and the host is you. And so you play all the roles and treat yourself to a nice little bit of fun on your mat today. It's Friday after all. We always like to have fun on Fridays. We should have fun every day, really. So let's get the party started. Come on over to your mat. Today's readings are from Melody Beatty, and I hope that you love yourself as much as I love my copy of Journey to the Heart, which is in 18 different pieces. A very well-loved book, a very well-referenced book over my career of teaching so far. Come onto your mat on your back. And once you lie on your back, maybe you begin to just move a little bit before finding stillness. Maybe rolling around a little bit, just using your eyes also to look and check out the party decorations in your room. If you're outside, look at the way the sky is decorated for you with the clouds. And then if it's comfortable for you to do so, bring the soles of the feet together. Edges of the feet fall to the earth in your reclined cobblers or Supta Baddha Konasana. And if this is a little too intense on the hips at the get-go, you can take those blocks or cans of peas or whatever you have underneath your knees to help support this deep hip opening. Allow your arms to either rest by your sides, palms up, to receive this celebration today, or let the hands fall somewhere on your body that feels nice to just offer yourself a soothing touch. Letting the body soften into the earth. You are held, you are supported, you are embraced, you are loved. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Let the whole breath go. This is a reading called Listen to the Inner Voice of Your Heart. The heart, let me start from the beginning. Cultivate the art of listening to your intuition, your inner voice. This is the guidance of your heart. It's a voice that speaks differently from the one in your head. The heart whispers softly, and the head prattles loudly. The head has an agenda for our lives. It chatters boldly, but its vision is limited. It leaves no room for the mysterious workings of the universe, nor does it take into action the side trips that we need to get to where we're going, where our souls need to go. It's the voice that says, this is the way it's going to be. But the heart, that inner voice, it speaks differently. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it pulls, sometimes it pushes. It's spontaneous. It's in the present moment and often a surprise. The heart takes into account what has to be done and the best way to do it. The heart takes emotions into account, the way things feel, the way you feel, the wisdom of your soul. The heart leads us into and through the lessons we are here to learn. So cultivate that inner voice. Practice listening to the whispers of your heart. Practice trusting your intuition, what you really feel, what you really know. Practice until that voice is the one that you hear. And I offer that as a beginning reading because oftentimes we are very inclined to listen to the loud voices beyond us. Voices of family, the expectations of society, Voices of perfect strangers on social media. We let it in and we let it give us parameters for living and being and looking and feeling and why. Because the only voice that matters is the one that you hold within you, your own inner wisdom, guidance, and intuition. So turn the volume up on that voice today. And that is what we're celebrating. Start to invite an intention into your practice. Maybe in keeping with that theme, it's I celebrate myself today, or I listen to the wisdom of my heart, or something that feels just right to you right now. And as you begin to cultivate your mindful breath, let that intention become a little louder in your body. Let it become a little bit more full in your body. And let it serve as your anchor today for the practice. Keep finding space in that breath, space in the belly, space in the chest, space all the way up in the throat. Just feel the fullness with the inhale and exhaling to release, giving yourself a chance to start over, start new and fresh. Inhale, exhale. Take a few more like that, maybe even sighing out through the mouth, just consciously letting go of any tightness or tension or judgment or criticism. Letting go of any stale air in the lungs. One more big breath. And then begin to seal the lips. And maybe with that same sense of intention and drive, you're giving your body the ujjayi breath, which washes over those constricted muscles of the throat, same muscles that whisper, like the whisperings of your heart. You can hear it, you can feel it, you can feel the warmth begin to generate. And then gently guide your hands to the knees, closing them. Draw them together and then step the feet a little wider so the knees knock in, but the feet separate. Bring your arms up overhead and then take elbow and palm, just framing your head, just making like a little frame as you take the opposite elbow in your hand. Take a big breath in, lifting through the heart. Feel the small of the back peel away from the earth, expanding into the rib cage and the chest. Arching the back just a little bit as the sacrum and the shoulders draw down. Take one more big breath. And then flatten the back to the earth. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Maybe even lift the head up toward the knees as you squeeze those legs tight, squeezing into the hip flexors and rolling around to the back. Then hug your right knee in. Extend your left leg long. Heel can come down to the earth. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. And then extend the right leg up to the sky with the bind behind the leg. Just start to massage your leg. This is one of those party, I don't know, not a favor, not a game, just a party activity that we're having in our private party today. It's massage time. So let those loving hands remind you of how very much you appreciate your leg, soothing out any roughness, any tightness. All this stimulates the oxytocin in your brain, which makes you feel really good and safe. And then take a hand either on the right big toe with a bind if you'd like, or the hand can be on the calf or somewhere on the leg. We're going to start to open up that leg to the right. And notice that the left hip wants to peel up. Keep it rooted down. Just breathing into the inner thigh here. Take one more breath. And then transfer that leg into the other hand, maybe with a bind, or you can bend the knee. We're going to take a spinal twist, crossing the right leg over to the left side. Using the blocks if you want to catch the knee or the knee hover. Resting the shoulder blades evenly into the earth so the spine finds a nice twist. And breathe all the way up and down the spine in that twist. One more breath. Very nice. Come out of the twist. Keep that right knee bent, crossing right ankle over the left thigh, and draw the left knee toward you, weaving the hands through for a figure 4 stretch. Continuing to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Soften the tongue within your mouth. How did she know that? People always say. I just know. Take another big breath. And then keeping the leg crossed, drop your left foot outside of the left side of the mat and let the left knee dip down toward the earth. So with that right leg crossed over the left, it's a really nice stretch for the left hip. And then reach your arms back overhead and take a crescent shape. So you're going to take the left hand on the right wrist and crescent over to the left side. So opening up the side body, just twisting in the other way. Feeling a stretch into the right side ribs and hip and shoulder. One more breath. And then we're going to come back into center, uncross the legs, send them up to the sky. Big bicycles. Really slow on one of those big unicycles. Just strolling down the boardwalk. I don't know why that image came to mind. I know you guys are very patient with my random musings. All right, draw the left knee in, extend the right leg long, heel down to the earth. Flexing into the left hip. And then extend the left leg straight, foot flexed or pointed or both if you want to bring movement. And either stay static here or start to give yourself that massage. Lifting up so you can reach the toes, reach the foot, ankle, the calf. Thinking about all the ways you're grateful for your legs and your feet. My goodness, the list is endless. Beautiful. Keep breathing and then taking a bind on the left toes or somewhere on the leg. Start to open up that hip. Maybe the right hand comes to the right hip point to keep it rooted. Just open it up as much as your space will allow, as much as your body wants. Trying not to create any tension anywhere else. Always being aware of your shoulders and your jaw. One more breath. And then guide the left leg across the body, coming to the right side with or without a bind. Keeping the shoulders connected. Enjoying that little snap, crackle, pop in your spine. $75 chiropractic copay saved. One more big breath in the twist. And then bring the sacrum back to the earth. Cross left over right, figure 4. And if you need it more gentle, you can keep the right foot down on the earth or lift it. Weaving the hands through, finding a bind that brings a little bit more intensity here. Celebrating your breath and the way it helps to find ease in the tight spaces of the body when we do these deep stretches. And then drop the right foot outside of the right side of the mat. Let the knees drop both over toward the left, keeping the foot bound. That just helps bring a little assist into the stretch. Arms reach overhead, crescent over to the right this time. Woo! That must have sounded loud as I tapped on the microphone. Right hand to the left wrist, opening up the left side body. And come on back. Release. One more chance to bicycle out the hips. Move the hips in any way that feels good. Nice. And then let's roll all the way up to seated, just so we can roll into a table position, just so we can make our way to downward facing dog. So take your time growing into the shape, this inversion where we're connected to the earth. We feel the body traveling from the crown of the head out to the heels. Big breath in, full breath out. Start to invite some salutations into the day. So start to walk or step feet to hands, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, press into the mat, grow nice and tall as you rise all the way to standing. And exhale, dump air out, fold, hinge at the hips. Halfway lift, nice flat back. Hands to the earth, step one foot, then the other, high plank. Release the knees down, untuck the toes, and chest releases to the earth, coming all the way down through your chaturanga. Inhale, press the earth away, peel the heart up. Ooh, that feels so good. Back to downward facing dog. So really contracting into the lower abs, feeling the core lift you. Breathe in, breathe out. Look to the front, arrive feet to hands. Do something different. Come all the way up. Exhale, back down. Halfway. And release, stepping back, high plank. With knees up or down, low plank. Press up, cobra. That heart is shining brightly today. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Breathe out. We got two more. So maybe this time you step forward with the other foot, your non-dominant foot, the one that never makes it forward first. Rise up. Exhale, release, everything goes. Start fresh, halfway lift. And the hands release, step back. High plank to low, maybe challenging yourself to hover with the elbows kissing the ribs. Float onto the tops of the feet with the thighs already lifted, upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe and let go. Maybe this time you hop, feet to hands. Rise all the way up. Exhale, melt back down, fold. Halfway. And take your flow. I'm going to hop back. Watch as I land with the elbows bent. Turn onto the tops of the feet for my upward facing dog. Straight away into downward facing dog. Breathe. And let it go. Beautiful. Inhale, right heel high. Right foot steps behind the right wrist. We're going to melt the left heel down and come up into warrior two. Yes. Feeling the openness of the hips. Really spinning and spiraling. And then inhale, flip and reverse. And exhale, extended side angle. From extended side angle, we're going to come into a low lunge twist. So that left hand is going to melt down to the earth. Right arm is going to reach up, up, up. Take a breath in. And then release the left knee And bend the left, or release and bend the left knee. And reach back and see if you can invite a twist. Try not to think about it. Just see if the body has the capability to twist today in this way. If not, just feel free to twist like this without the bind. Take another breath. We're going to come out of it just as we got into it. So release the twist, release the bind, back up into your twisted lunge. Release the left heel. We're going to come right back up into warrior two. There you go. From warrior two, reverse the warrior. Come back into warrior two. Straighten the front leg, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So looking for length in both sides of the body. Start to reach and gaze forward and hinge. That left hand can rotate the left hip and ribs open. And maybe the left arm now extends to the sky and you gaze to the sky. Big breath. One more breath. We're going to reverse the warrior. Reverse the triangle. So coming on up and giving someone behind you a high five. Beautiful opening into the rib cage. One more breath. Then cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. Step into that foot standing split. Left leg up to the sky. Big breath in. Full breath out. Maybe knee comes to nose, maybe hands to the ankle. Just take note of that left leg and foot. The foot is flexed, toes pointing directly downward. One more breath. And then left foot to right forward fold. Rise up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift. Plant those hands. Take your flow. Any way that feels fun and good and right to you right now. You want to service the body. So listen to what it needs. We'll meet back in down dog. Inviting the hips to rise. The heart to melt. Inhale, left leg high. Step the left foot behind the left wrist and the right heel melts down. Warrior two legs. Cartwheel up, strong core. Inhale. Go a little deeper. Flip that left palm, reverse the warrior. Big breath in. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Take a breath. On the exhale, right hand comes down inside of the right foot, side of the left foot. Left arm goes up for your twisted lunge. And then if you'd like, drop the right knee. I've had too much party punch. Drop the right knee, bend the right leg, and take a bind. It's like Twister. Every good birthday party has Twister. It's Twister time, guys. And feel free to use a strap or a towel or t-shirt or something to help make that bind. One more breath. And release. Come back up into your twisted lunge. Release the left hand down. Use your strong core. Legs back up to warrior two. So adjust your right foot. We're going to straighten the leg, finding triangle pose. So reach, reach, reach. Gaze over the top of the left hand. And then begin to bow. That lateral hinge in the spine. Drawing the ribs open. Right hip back. Beautiful. One more breath. And then slowly rise. Strong obliques bring you there. Reversing your triangle. Make sure the breath is still with you. Ujjayi breath. That strong, victorious breath. Because you just won Twister. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands to frame the left foot, stepping into that foot, standing split, right leg rises. Maybe lifting your hands and challenging your balance here. Or binding on the ankle. Getting our body all ready for some party poses. Take a big breath. And release the right to left, forward fold. Nice. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift. And take a flow. Try not to think too much about it. No need to plan. Just let the body move the way that the body wants to move today. Take a big breath in. Big sigh out. At this point in the practice, just notice if any judgments crept up, any thought habits, any criticism of the body. Use that exhale to send that all away. There's no room for that at our party today. We're changing our thoughts. We're celebrating. Beautiful. On the inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, bringing the heel toward the sacrum. And if you want to flip your dog, let's flip it. Bringing the right foot over to the left side. Rotate on the ball of your left foot so that your feet are now parallel. And then press into the earth and lift, opening the heart. Squeeze the glutes through, squeeze the thighs, supporting your back. Maybe take a full wheel if you have it in your practice. One more breath. And we're going to come back to three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Then step right foot behind right wrist, back to warrior two. So establish your footing and grounding, and then rise. Whew, here's a mess. Beautiful. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, back to extended side angle. Yes, keep the lunge nice and deep. Keep that right knee tracking out toward the pinky edge side of the foot. Beautiful adjustment. Bring the left hand down, coming back into that twisted lunge. Big breath in. And then bring the right hand down. We're going to straight away come back into standing split. So press into the right foot, left leg rises. And it's lifting with the heel, lifting with the calf and the glute, hamstring, feeling the presence of all of those muscles in your leg. Big breath in. As you exhale, start to bend both knees, bringing the left knee behind the right knee. Time for a party pose. Right hand is going to catch a hold of the left foot. So you decide whether you want to come from the top or the bottom or the inside or the outside. And we're going to start to rise into a reverse dancer pose. Because every good party needs some dancing. And this one's a little different. This one gives a really big opening to the side of the hip here. Nice back bend too. Breathe. Find a focal point. Let the drishti settle. Take one more breath. All right, keep the bind. We're going to lower down just as we got up. So that left hand's going to come back to the earth. And we're going to bend both knees, bringing the left behind the right, coming all the way down to a seat. Because you all thought I forgot to give you full cow face pose on Wednesday. And I did, but I knew that it was coming today. So we've got our cow face legs. Feel free to adjust as needed. If you have that block, maybe you want to put it between the knees. If this is too much for you, you can take a fire log or feet together back in a Baddha Konasana. Otherwise, really invite the legs to cross. It's meant to be uncomfortable. That's purposeful because it wakes us up. It gets our attention. If you want to do the full cow face arms, you can lift the right arm, bend the elbow, bringing the fingers between the shoulder blades. Left arm will come up, looking to greet the right fingers. Maybe you bind, maybe you don't. If you have a strap or a t-shirt or towel, that serves to make that connection really nicely. So feel the sit bones. Both of them are rooted. Lift up through the spine. And as you exhale, find the hinge of the hips. And keep hinging until you're like, yeah, that's my limit. And breathe into it. Once you arrive at your edge, breathe and breathe and breathe and celebrate your beautiful body. Celebrate sensation. Two more breaths. Beautiful. If you have the arm bind, release it. Start to sit up. We're all going to sit up. And we're going to roll into a kneeling position. So your left knee is down. Start to uncross your right leg. Send it behind you and shake it and circle it and do what you need to do to make it feel right again, comfortable again. And with that leg extended, if it's safe for you to do so, flex into your left foot. Use the strength of that leg to lift you up into a three-legged dog. Take a big breath in. Maybe hinge forward into a three-legged plank and lower down three-legged chaturanga. It would be called trilanga instead of chaturanga because chaturanga is a four-limb. And then release the leg coming into your upward-facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. There you go. It's a party. Woo, woo. Give yourself some breathing, some attention, some love. What are the words you most love to hear when you're celebrating or celebrated? Maybe say those words out loud. Mine are ooh, ooh. Very distinguished call. Take a breath in. Let a breath out. All right, left side. Inhale, left leg high. You got this. Bend the knee. Feel the opening of the hips. Stay there or flip. If you want to flip, it's party time. So rotate the right foot. Make sure those feet are parallel. And then start to press up. Open the heart. Open the hips. Trust the rooting here. Take another breath. Look where you're going. If you're flipped, we're going to flip back into three-legged dog. Left foot step behind the left wrist. Right heel melts down. Coming up, warrior two. Woo. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring the right hand down. Take your twist. Big breath in. Full breath out. I may have forgotten something, but we're rolling with it. We're going to release the left hand down. Straight away, come into standing split. So lift, lift, lift the right leg. You're lifting right up from the hamstring glute heel. So the hips are squared. Big breath. And then start to bend both knees. Right knee comes behind the left knee. Take a bind. Support your ankle. So maybe just, flex the foot to protect. And then use your strength. Put a smile on your face. Have some fun as you rise up into your reverse dancer pose. Yes. Settle your gaze. This is an invitation to have some fun, to feel uninhibited. Try something new, perhaps. One more breath. And then bring that right hand back down to the earth. Keep the bind as you draw the right knee behind the left knee, settling all the way down to the earth, coming into the cow face on the other side. Gomukhasana. This side is going to feel different. We're not symmetrical. So just take a moment to savor what you're noticing in the body. Bring in props to help support your body any way you need it right now. Sit up nice and tall. If you want to take the arm bind, left arm lifts, guide the fingertips between the shoulder blades, and the right arm will come up from underneath, looking to bind. I'm going to hang on to my shirt because for some reason I'm a few inches short on this side always. And I tell myself, today's the day I'm going to make the bind, and still a few inches short, and I'm cool with that. I appreciate the sensation and the stretch into the shoulders that this does offer wherever I am. So take a big breath as you lift. As you exhale, start to hinge forward. And ideally, you have the shins parallel to the short edge of the mat, but it may feel more comfortable to bring the heels closer to the hips. You just decide where you need those feet to be. And then settle your attention right into the hips and the way the breath is nourishing that stretch. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Breaths are filled with love, celebration, presence. Come on up to seated. Release your hands. Shake out those arms however you need. We're going to roll right forward into that kneeling position. Right knee stays rooted. Left leg unwinds, floats behind us. Shake it, twist it, stir it up. And then flex your right foot. See if you can lift right away into a 3-legged dog. Safely, as long as it's safe for you. Take a big breath in. And then maybe float forward into your 3-legged plank. Lower down. Release the leg as you come into your heart opener. Back to downward facing dog. Oh yeah. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take one more breath. From here, look to the front of the mat. We're going to hop the feet to the edges of the pinkies. Malasana squat. So landing softly and quietly. This is one of my favorite shapes. It just feels really, really good in my body. So hopefully, if you like it, you're enjoying it too. And if you don't like it, maybe you'll redefine and rediscover something that this can offer to you today. Remember, we talked the other day about letting go of negative thoughts simply by not thinking about them as being negative anymore. Think of them as a learning opportunity or get curious about it. All right, we're going to come into another party shape. I'm going to turn so y'all can see me. So we're going to just gently guide ourselves into a little funky bird of paradise here. Just try not to think about it. Just take your right hand and send it underneath your right leg. Take your left hand, and maybe you have a strap with you. I'm going to show you how to do it with a strap or a t-shirt or whatever you have to help bind. Take that right or left hand around your back and either find a connection weaving the fingertips together or catch one end of your strap in the right hand, one end in the left hand. And right here, just feel the twist. Just open up to the left. Just open up to the left. Open up to the left. And then very gently start to press into the feet, elevating the hips a little bit. And then heel toe that left foot toward the center of the mat. That's going to be your rooting, your foundation. And very gently, we're going to start to peel up from the earth with that bind coming into our funky bird. Hi, maybe you straighten the leg. That's as straight as I get it. That's my straight. Maybe you keep it bent. Maybe you even start to twist a little bit more, lifting on the spinal axis and rotating. All right, so then we're going to come down the same way we came up, slowly, mindfully, thoughtfully. Dropping that right foot down to the earth, and then we're going to take a funky bound warrior 3. So stay here with the bind. Now shift into the right foot and see if you can lift the left foot. Whoop. It's more like a bound Ardha Chandrasana half moon. I don't even know what I'm looking like here. I'm just feeling it. It feels fun. Something different, something funky, something to bring your attention to the now. Whoop. Have a little trust. One more breath. And then release the leg down. Release the bind. Come into a forward fold before we squat and take it on the other side. So in your fold, shake your head. Particularly shake out through the lips and the jaw, because I bet you anything you were clenching for dear life in your mouth. Find some softness. And then we're going to rise all the way up. Whoop. And come right on back to our Malasana squat. Because it feels so good. All right. Let's try that on the other side. Just step by step, breath by breath. No expectations. Just having some fun. So this time, left arm under left leg. Right arm around the back. Looking to bind. I'm strapping it. It is significantly more accessible with a strap. You don't have to stress too much. And you also can maintain, I think, a healthier alignment when you use something to bind with, because you're not collapsing just for the sake of making that bind. All right, so lengthen and twist, looking over the left or right shoulder. Breathe. And then slowly start to press into the feet, lift the hips just a little bit. Heel toe that right foot into the center, finding your foundation. And then start to rise. So your left arm, your left tricep is holding the left leg, but really you're engaging into that leg to lift it. Maybe you start to straighten, lift the spine a little bit, try to level the shoulders a little bit. Nice. One more breath. You guys look so good. Make sure you're breathing. And then very gently, same intentional descent, bringing the left foot back down. This time, shift right away into that left foot and start to lift the right leg, either behind, to the side. Just trying something fun, trusting yourself to balance. It's party time. Ooh, ooh. Take one more breath. And then release the foot, release the bind. Move your props out of the way. Very nice. Rise all the way up. Exhale back to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And plant the hands. Step back. Find your flow. High to low plank. Scooping the heart up. Let's drop the knees and take a child's pose. Either your knees are wide or narrow, whatever feels best in the body. Bringing chest to thigh. Ajna, third eye down to the earth. Move the head from side to side a little bit. Continuing to empower that energy center of wisdom and intuition. You always have your guide. It's always with you. You just have to quiet the other noise, the other voices, and listen. So take a moment here to listen. One more big breath. Full release. We're going to come into a seated position, Dandasana, with our legs swung out in front of us. So come on into this seat, rooting down through the sit bones, lifting up through the spine. And start to cross your right knee over your left knee. We're going to take a twist here. So you can either lift and bring the left elbow outside of the right knee, or you can simply hug the right knee in, whichever feels most comfortable for you. So sit up tall as you inhale, then twist to the right as you exhale. Using your right hand as a little kickstand, like a little tripod. One more breath, lengthening, rotating. And then arrive back to center. We're going to take one of my favorite party poses. It's one of those poses that looks a little bit more intimidating than it actually than it actually is. So just have some fun. We're going to take the right hand to bind on the left foot. I think that's my left foot. Yeah, my left foot. And again, you can use a strap, and I'll show you how to do it with the strap because that's kind of nice to use what you've got. So that way you don't have to stress about reaching so much. So bind, keep that left foot flexed, take a bind. Left hand is right next to your left hip. And start to look down. Imagine you're turning, rotating, twisting to the left. And then start to lean down like you're going to kiss your chest down onto the earth. Press into that right foot, press into the left hand, and lift your baby grasshopper. Make sure you're breathing. I hear someone breathing. Someone is definitely breathing. Yes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You are free to breathe. Take one more big breath. And then let it go. Uncross the leg. And again, just notice what thoughts arose. Were you in your head just now? Were you analyzing? Were you judging? Or were you just allowing your body to be free to come into a shape and to move freely? Right? Let yourself be. Give yourself a break from all the judgment. All right, let's take that on the other side. So left knee crosses over the right, left foot over right. Sitting up tall, left hand serves as a little kickstand. And inhale to lengthen, exhale as you twist to the left. Draw the navel in. Beautiful. One more breath. And then come back to center. We're going to take baby grasshopper. Last party pose here. So I'll walk you through. Left hand binds on the right foot. I'll show you what it looks like to use a strap. Straps are wonderful tools. If you don't have one, it really helps. Okay, so bind on the right foot. Right hand next to your right hip. Twist to the right. Bow down like you're going to kiss the earth. And then lift the hips as you press the left foot and the right hand into the earth. You can bend the right elbow a little bit. Get that chaturanga arm working. Make sure you're breathing again. I bet your teeth are clenched and your jaw's all stressed. Relax. Breathe. And then come on down or keep going. Maybe you're having so much fun. Maybe you're calling your whole family into the living room. Look at me. I'm in baby grasshopper. Whoop, whoop. All right. Otherwise, uncross the legs. I'm going to turn around this way. And roll down onto your back. Step your feet out nice and wide. Bring your arms up overhead, framing your head once again. And just let the arms, the elbows move opposite direction from the knees as the knees windshield wiper a little bit. Take a few deep breaths. And then extend the body, taking a full body stretch. Once again, driving your sacrum and your pelvis down into the earth, feeling the arch of the back lift away from the earth. It's a really big thoracic stretch here. One more big breath. Beautiful. Then draw the knees into the chest. Let the curve of the back flatten to the earth. Give yourself a hug. Remind yourself that you are loved. You are appreciated. And every breath is like a little celebration of that life. If you are begging, if your body is begging to take any final shapes before we settle into Shavasana, now's a good time to explore, to play. It's like last call at the party. And then we're going to end with the cake, the sweetest part of the party. The sweetest part of our practice is the part where we get to let everything integrate into our bodies and our mind and our breath and settle into a resting shape where we can reflect on all the benefits of the practice. So when you're ready, start to let your body surrender down to the earth once again, taking up the space you deserve. See, nature's playing some maracas for you. I love the way those sound. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Let go of everything. Just melt into this beautiful state of being. This is another reading from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. This is called Love All of Yourself. Do more than just accept yourself, tolerate yourself, put up with yourself, endure who you are. Love yourself. To live in a magical way, one in which you connect with the universe, loving yourself isn't optional. It comes first. To hear the quiet voice of your heart so you know when you're being led. To hear your thoughts so you can see what you really believe. To trust and open your heart, you must first experience love for yourself. Have you abandoned yourself? Let yourself see if that's true. Feel if that's true. And then learn to experience love for yourself. Learn to love the way you handle things. Love your unique way of learning, growing, and seeing things. Love where you've been. Love what you've done. Love where you are and what you are doing now. Love how you look, smell, how you feel. Love the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, and the radiance in your heart. Love how you laugh. Love how you cry. Love your mistakes and love all the good you've done. Love it all. Love all of you. Step into love for yourself, and the universe will reflect that love back to you. Take a big breath in. Let go. Breathe in a few thoughts of things that you love about yourself, things that you appreciate about yourself. Things in your life about you that you are so blessed and grateful to connect with. And then start to move a little bit, feeling the life come back into the body. Start to roll a little bit side to side, eventually making your way to a side lying position. Position of unlimited potential and new beginnings. Reflecting on the benefits of the practice and how you can take them with you off the mat into your world. And then begin to rise, coming back to your seat. Hands on the heart or at the heart. Thank you so much for sharing this celebration with me today. The love and the light within me honors the love and the light shining brightly within each of you. Namaste. So thank you all so much. Happy Friday to you. I appreciate your generosity of presence and spirit. And I hope that I will see you all again on Monday. Let me know if you have comments, questions. As always, I'm here to entertain any requests. So let me know if there's anything